Hi guys, welcome to this quick review of this 7-port USB 2.0 hub with individual power switches and LED. So yeah, this is a pretty cheap device. So usually you get it for about $10. This one is listed for $10.99 without power supply. You can get it sometimes with power supply for a little bit more money, maybe $12–13 or so, and you can get it for a little bit cheaper on wish.com or eBay and other sites. This is with Amazon Prime, and sometimes Amazon Prime is worth the money because you get it fast, and if it doesn't work you can return it for a full refund, usually no questions asked. That's the good thing. So if you need a USB hub, this is definitely something to consider, but it's definitely just 2.0 USB 2.0, which means it's not super fast if you want to move a lot of data to USB sticks or hard drives or something like this. This is more intended for if you transfer occasionally data, or more like switching other devices. Like I have in my case, I have a fan connected to it, which the fan sits a little bit in the back, so it's difficult to access. So it's much easier to access with to switch right in front of me. Same thing with a USB light. I have also a USB dongle. I have also what else do I have? A headset is really comfortable because you can leave it plugged in, and when you want to use it, you turn it on or switch it on. If you want to use the normal speakers, you just switch it off. That's a good thing. So here we have more pictures. You see the blue LED lights. The thing is also it comes with different brand names, so some say just generic or other brands. So but they look pretty much the same. I mean, not pretty much, they look exactly the same. So one of the bad things is that you have all the plugs to the top, so there are no no outlets in the back. I would prefer to have them in the back. It would look a little bit more clean. So you see, when you have all the plugs and cables to the top, that doesn't look too good. But this is one of the few complaints I have. Here you see it. Maybe we can see, I don't know if we can do a close-up. Yeah, not so much, doesn't help too much. So here you see it. It's quite convenient if you have like USB sticks to the top, but this is not actually a hub which you will use for USB sticks and transfer data a lot. Okay, so let's check it out how it looks in real life. Here we have it plugged to like a USB battery. This is of course not something you would have or use. Usually it's just for demonstration purpose. So I plug it in, and you see the LEDs which are, or the plugs which are or the outlets which are turned on. I can turn it off, and then you see the light is off as well. So here I can switch it on, and then you see already the problem. Yeah, in the camera it's a little bit easier to see which ones are yeah, switched on and switched off, but in real life it's a little bit harder to distinguish, and sometimes, especially when you have it to the side, sometimes it's really difficult to say which one is turned on and which one is turned off. I like that they had something to separate in between, but unfortunately there's one like big room inside, and if you turn one of the LEDs on, the next the one to the next to the one I turned off is on is also little bit highlighted by the LED. You see that it doesn't have the same intensity, not the exactly same blue, but it's yeah, it's highlighted as well. So you can see here this one is off, and yeah, I have to check, really check. This one is turned off too. You see, there's a huge difference, especially if you look at the left one. This is turned off, and this one is turned off too. Yeah, so it does have a light. It does not have the same intense light like here, which the one is is really turned on, but it still has a light, and it's hard to see sometimes, yeah, especially when it's maybe a little bit bright, and depending on the light what you use. And so yeah, that's a little bit a bad thing. And the outlet I would have rather at the back, so you could plug it like this, and it would look a little bit better, instead of when you have all the plugs to the top. It looks a little bit messy when you have a lot of these plugs to the top. That's a little bit a complaint, but apart from that, it has been working quite reliable. The thing is, if you are using big consumers, let's say fans, if you're using fans, lights, and those things, then if you're using it like this, then you're having problems really fast with the power supply, because the regular power supply is not enough. And then there's an extra plug, or yeah, extra outlet. You see, you can plug in an extra power. So yeah, something for 110 volts or 220 volts in Europe. The only thing is, that's another complaint, we don't have any indication what kind of plug we need. If you don't buy it right at the beginning, when you buy the USB hub, then you're having a problem. The best thing is if you buy it right away with an external power supply, because if you want to buy it later, it's really difficult. Usually you have a lot of plugs, probably you have a lot of power supplies, old power supplies from any kind of other devices which would fit. Probably, I mean, it's very likely that's a 5-volt power supply needed, but you never know which one is the plus and which one is the minus. So if you use the wrong I don't know how to tell it. So if you're using minus of instead of plus, then you could damage easily some equipment. So I wouldn't just trial and error. So I have bought an additional one with power supply, and I will measure out what's inside and what's outside. So if the plus or minus is inside, and yeah, so I will let you know in the description or comment section in a couple of days or week as soon as I get this thing, because it's really not enough. I'm using fans and lights, and when I'm using the headset, I can still use it as headphones usually, but the microphone doesn't work really reliable. Sometimes it turns on, sometimes it turns off. So it's definitely a good thing to have external power supply. But apart from that, I've been using these switches on off a lot of times, and they didn't fail till now. I mean, it's not years, it's just a couple of months I've been using them. So, and they had been really reliable even when I bought them really cheap. Here I think there's nothing special with this light. I mean, it's, of course, it will light blue as well as everything else, because I've told you there's only, it looks like it's one connected room or connected space inside, and as soon as you have turned on one of these things, so everything inside will be a little bit of blue. I hope you can see that. So even, yeah, maybe not this one. So yeah, this is just it's not a dedicated LED, it's just a little bit of blue light from all the other LEDs. So yeah, my overall conclusion, it's yeah, you get what you pay, like always. This is pretty cheap. I mean, you get a decent value, but it's not the very best device. So for most of the users it will still fit if you don't like super fast data transfer. And yeah, so think about the external power supply. Anyway, that's a good idea. So I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.